Hi guys, welcome to the first video of my first YouTube channel, Moonlight Book Reviews. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm getting ready to turn 30 and I figured I might as well go for it. So this is gonna be fun. YouTube is an awesome space where we can create conversations about things that we love. And I love to talk about books and reading and how we can be inspired by literature. So this channel is going to be all about creating book reviews and talking about books and reading. And children's books are some of my favorite books. They aren't just for children, they're near and dear to my heart. I've learned so much from reading children's literature and I love sharing that with my kids. I got the name Moonlight Book Reviews because I am a mom of 4 and I am a stay-at-home homeschool mom. So it is kind of hard sometimes to find the time to shoot and edit a video. So usually that work is going to be done by moonlight after my kids are in bed. Another part of the name is a nod to my childhood when I would get excited about reading books at night and my mom would come in and say, "Erin, it's time to turn off the light and go to sleep." And I would be under the covers with my flashlight trying to find out what happens next in my mystery novel. And so Moonlight Reviews is a nod to staying up late and reading amazing books. I think the best books are books that you want to keep reading by moonlight even when you should be in bed. In addition to being a stay-at-home mom, I have been married to my wonderful husband for almost 9 years, and we enjoy reading to our children whenever we get the chance. Sometimes it's hard to get them to sit down and be still and focus long enough because they are still little, and sometimes we just have other things pulling our attention. But I want to work more together on building this reading love and culture as a family because there's so much to be learned just from reading books and experiencing other cultures and other worlds and learning about the lives of people in history. And it's just such an amazing tool for homeschool and just for life in general. I'm so glad to have all of you here for my nerdy book journey. And if you would like to receive notifications of when I upload more videos, please press subscribe and hit the bell and you will be updated anytime I create new content. And I would love to hear what are your favorite books. Post those in the comments down below, as well as anything you might like to discuss here on this channel. Give me some ideas, give me some feedback. I would love to hear from you. In this video, I just want to share 4 of my top favorite classics with you guys, and I'd love to know whether or not you have read them before, so let's get into it. The first book is actually part of an adult fiction series by Karon called At Home in Midford. It's the first book in a series called the Midford series. This book is about a Presbyterian, Episcopalian, some sort of a minister, I'm not sure which denomination, who lives in a small town, and a lot of things are going on, and just how these people interact is so humorous and so heartwarming. How they build friendships and deal with just all the gossip and goings on of this small town. So I'm just going to read to you a little synopsis and share with you my thoughts. It's easy to feel at home in Mitford. In these high green hills, the air is pure, the village is charming, and the people are generally lovable. Yet Father Tim, the bachelor rector, wants something more. Enter a dog the size of a sofa who moves in and won't go away. Add an attractive neighbor who begins wearing a path through the hedge. Now stir in a lovable but unloved boy, a mystifying jewel theft, and a secret that's 60 years old. Suddenly, Father Tim gets more than he bargained for, and readers get a rich provincial comedy in which mysteries and miracles abound. I love that they call it a comedy because that's what stood out to me about these books, is that there were several moments where I laughed out loud just because the reactions are so authentic and realistic and just so funny. So I just love the humor in it. They actually turned this movie into sort of a cheesy Hallmark movie that didn't do it justice and wasn't true to the original series. It's a cute movie if you want to watch it, but it's not at all like the books, and so I highly recommend reading the books yourself and just you'll get that cozy, warm Hallmark feeling just from reading the books. I will admit, I have not finished the series. It's quite a long series, and she started a new series with continuation of the same characters. And I think I've read the first maybe 6 or 7 books, and I became a mom while I was reading these. So some things fell by the wayside and I didn't get to finishing the series, but I so enjoyed all the books that I did get to read. Also, one more thing. Karon's story about how she became a published author at the age of, I believe, 50 or 60 something years old, quitting her high profile corporate job to become an author, is just amazing. So go check out Karon's story. Next up on my list is a classic that is over 100 years old. It was written in 1868, so it's like a true classic, and that is Little Women. Now, I love this story of these 4 girls in wartime New England. Their father has gone away as a war chaplain, and they're holding down the home front, trying to figure out how to deal with life, how to interact with each other and love and forgive each other, to do their part for the war, to be kind to their neighbors. They discover their strengths and their weaknesses and how to navigate love through this book. It is a really thick book, and I've read it at least a couple of times, and it's well worth the read. Even if you've seen the movies are good, but they will not cover everything or include everything that the book does, so please read the book. I'm going to read a quick summary on the back. Meg, Jo, Amy, and Beth are 4 little women growing up in New England during the Civil War. The March sisters share everything, their joys and pains, their loves and secrets, but the 4 girls couldn't be more different. Meg, the oldest, is the sensible one. Jo is funny and mischievous. Beth is the shy, dreamy one, and Amy is pretty and artistic. Follow the March girls as they grow into wonderful young women and share the events in their lives. And their mom in the book is named Marmee, and she puts up with all the antics of her 4 daughters, so I think she's absolutely amazing. If you've read Little Women, please share with me your thoughts on it in the comments below. I would love to start a discussion about this. I would love to see a really good Netflix series created around this, so long as they would do it justice. I feel like a series would be amazing, and then going into Little Men, which is a sequel to Little Women, would just be awesome to see that redone. Let me know what you think. So the next book is one that is very popular and very well known, and if you didn't used to like reading, this may have been your gateway book series that got you into reading for the first time, and that is the Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling spins such a beautiful, whimsical, fantastical tale that draws you in and makes you feel like Hogwarts is a real place if we could only find platform 9 3/4. It is the story of a boy who is sent to live with his abusive aunt and uncle and his cousin after his parents have died. And when he reaches the age of 11, he finds out that he is a wizard and he's being summoned to wizard school. And as he goes there, he makes his first friends. He discovers how to fight evil and overcome darkness with the light of love. And he learns some pretty interesting things along the way and has all of these adventures. And I just can't say enough about it. J.K. Rowling has created this synonymous series of 7 books, and they're thick books. This is the smallest of them. These big books, and they have such continuity. It's so well thought that it's unbelievable that this idea came to this woman while she was riding on a train, and she was in this state where she had gone through this really heartbreaking relationship, abusive situation, and she was divorced, and she's a single mom, and she's depressed, but this came to her and brought her so much joy and life, and she worked hard and she got it written. The story of how she got it published is just amazing, and she became the first author to become a billionaire, and I think that's amazing. Jo Rowling, thank you so much. I will be forever grateful to you for writing such an amazing story, and I am still waiting for my OWL letter of acceptance in the mail. Last but not least is a series near and dear to my heart. It is the Anne of Green Gables series by Lucy Maud Montgomery. And a lot of people haven't even heard of Anne of Green Gables, which is like shocking to me. I would explain to people why my second child's name is Avonlea, and they would sort of look at me like, nope, we've never read that book. I'm like, what? And then some people have seen the BBC movie or some of the other movies that they've made of Anne of Green Gables, or perhaps they've seen the Netflix series. Netflix, you have disappointed me. It's not good. Yeah, I don't recommend the Netflix series. There's a few things that they got right, but none of the story or the heart of the books is represented in the Netflix series. If it were a separate story, a separate series, I would probably get into it, but because they're calling it Anne of Green Gables, Anne with an E, it's really frustrating because it's not at all like the books. So there's 8 books in the series, all the way from Anne in grade school through college, through getting married to becoming a mom, and the last book is about her daughter Rilla. So Anne Shirley is an orphan that comes to live with a family, and she was not what they were expecting, and they learn how to become a family, work together. Her imagination and her forthright personality brings on some judgment at first, but it also wins her a lot of kindred spirits. And as she goes through school and she overcomes challenges and she's ambitious and she reaches her goals, she learns what it means to be neighborly and to make friends and to dream big and to fall in love. Lucy Maud Montgomery does an amazing job of creating this poetic imagery. She turns country roads and old farmhouses into these fairy lands of Avonlea. Avonlea, by the way, is the small town where the series begins and the place where Anne finds a home. I got to act one time in an Anne of Green Gables play. I auditioned for the part of Anne, but my amazing friend got it. She did an awesome job, and somehow I was given the part of the snooty old Miss Barry. But it's okay. I'm not bitter. No, for real. I had a blast playing that part, and I got to be mean to my friends who were playing Anne and Diana, and we had so much fun creating this world of Avonlea on the stage, and I'm so blessed to have those memories. So I can't say enough good things about this series. If you haven't read it, please go read it. That's all for the classics I have today. Thank you so much if you've watched this far. I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye.